Here's the deal. Marriage is a business contract. It's not about love. It's about two people who decide to enter into a deal that will last until death. No takebacks. If you're not prepared for it, if you haven't made the right calls before you walk down that aisle, you will regret it. Marriage is not some fantasy world. It's not about fairy tales, romance, or Instagram captions. It's about survival, partnership, and power dynamics. You need to decide whether you're going to enter that battlefield prepared or whether you'll get destroyed when the first storm hits. If you think love will solve everything, then get off this video right now. This video is not for you. What we're going to discuss are 4 things that if you ignore them before marriage, will ruin your life. There's no getting out. It's too late once you say, I do. I'm not here to sugarcoat things. I'm here to give you the brutal truth. If you want to be weak and ignore these facts, keep scrolling. But if you're ready to take control of your future, listen up. This video is going to challenge you to look at the facts and ask yourself, are you ready for marriage? Or are you setting yourself up to fail? 1. Ignoring core compatibility. Let's start with the first truth, and it's the biggest mistake most men make. Ignoring core compatibility. This is the silent killer of marriages. You'll ignore it, tell yourself it doesn't matter, but when the dust settles, you'll regret it. If you don't align on the big stuff, your marriage is already dead. It doesn't matter how good the sex is, how beautiful she is, or how much she laughs at your jokes. If you are not aligned on the fundamental things, you're screwed. Think about it. How many times have you heard a man say, I didn't think it would be this bad after marriage? Why? Because he ignored the fact that you can't change values. You can't change someone's outlook on life. You can't change someone's core beliefs. Does she want kids? Does she want a career? Or does she want to be a stay-at-home mom? Does she want to travel the world? Or does she want to sit in one place and nest? If you think you can work it out later, you're lying to yourself. These aren't small details. They are life-defining decisions. And if you're not aligned on them, you will be battling this for the rest of your life. Real example. You're someone who values financial independence. You want to work hard, invest, and retire early. But she thinks money is to be spent today, and she has no savings mindset. Guess what happens? Every time you try to save, every time you try to plan for the future, she will resist you. She will pressure you into buying things you don't need, and before you know it, you're both in debt. This is core incompatibility. No matter how much you love each other, this will destroy your financial stability. If you didn't see that before marriage, you ignored a major red flag. You need to ask the hard questions now. Before you sign that marriage contract, you better damn well know whether she wants the same things as you. It's that simple. Marriage is a partnership based on shared vision. If your visions don't match, you're going to be pulling in opposite directions forever, amid ignoring emotional maturity and communication. The second mistake that will destroy your marriage: ignoring emotional maturity and communication. Here's the thing. You cannot afford to marry a woman who can't communicate effectively. Period. End of story. Emotional immaturity is a silent killer in relationships. It's subtle, but it's one of the biggest factors in divorce. Think about this. When conflict arises, how does she react? Does she shut down, ignore you, or get defensive? Does she turn every little disagreement into a nuclear meltdown? That's emotional immaturity. You want a woman who can handle stress, conflict, and tough conversations. You don't need a woman who turns into a child when the going gets tough. You need someone who can talk about feelings, expectations, and issues like an adult. Real example. Let's say you've had a hard day, you're exhausted, and you just need to talk. But instead of having a mature conversation, she throws a tantrum because you're not paying attention to her or not in the mood. Do you want to deal with that for the next 30 years? No, you don't. If she's constantly defensive, constantly playing emotional games, constantly escalating things, when they don't need to be escalated. Don't marry her. She will drag you down. She'll make everything a battle, and you'll lose your sanity trying to get through it. Another example, she's got no emotional control. Every time you try to have a deep conversation, she turns it into a crying fest or makes it about her emotions instead of the issue at hand. She can't keep it together when things are tough. You will get exhausted, emotionally drained, and when that happens, you will resent her. So here's the truth. You need to see how she handles conflict before you marry her. Don't ignore it. If she can't control her emotions and communicate without drama, she's not ready for a serious commitment. And if you ignore that, you will regret it. 3. Ignoring financial responsibility. The third thing that will ruin your marriage, ignoring financial responsibility. If you can't talk about money before you get married, you're setting yourself up for failure. Let's be crystal clear. You cannot marry someone with a different mindset about money. Money will make or break your marriage. Don't be fooled by anyone who tells you otherwise. Financial irresponsibility will drive a wedge between you faster than anything else. And you can't blame it on the system or bad luck. You're in control. But if she's reckless with money and you're trying to save and build a future, guess what happens? You fight. And you will fight often. Real example. Let's say you're a guy who works hard, saves, and has financial goals. You've got a budget. You're planning for the future. But she's out there buying shoes, clothes, and going on trips. Every month, she asks you why you won't buy this or that, and she accuses you of being cheap. You'll feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, while she's blowing through money like it's nothing. Eventually, you'll see that she doesn't respect your financial goals. She doesn't see money the way you do. That is a ticking time bomb. If you ignore the fact that your financial goals don't align, you're going to regret it. She's going to drag you down financially, and you'll never be able to build the future you want. 4. Ignoring personal growth and independence. Finally, the fourth regret. Ignoring personal growth and independence. Listen closely. Marriage is not an identity. Marriage does not define you. If you lose yourself in the relationship, you will regret it. You cannot become a shell of the man you were before marriage. You cannot forget your goals, your passions, and your life outside of her. If you think your purpose should come from your wife, you're going to fail. Your wife should complement you, not consume you. Real example. You marry a woman and you abandon everything that makes you who you are. You quit your hobbies. You stop seeing your friends. You give up on your dreams. 5 years later, you wake up and realize you're miserable. She's happy, but you're not the man you used to be. And guess what? She can sense it. She'll start to lose attraction to you. You'll resent her, and she'll wonder where the man she married went. Do not lose yourself in a marriage. Do not let her consume your time and energy. You need to continue growing as an individual. If you give up your identity for her, you will regret it. Let me give it to you straight. You can't ignore these 4 things. Core compatibility, emotional maturity, financial responsibility, and your personal growth. If you ignore any one of these, you will regret it. If you think you can get away with it, you're fooling yourself. A marriage is a long-term commitment, and you need to go into it prepared. Stop ignoring the facts. Look at the red flags. Have the hard conversations now, not when it's too late. If you don't, you'll wake up 5 years into your marriage and realize you've made a huge mistake. Now it's your turn. Are you ready to face these truths? Or will you keep ignoring them and pay the price later? Like this video, share it, and comment below with your thoughts. Don't wait for the pain to hit. Take action now before it's too late. Subscribe for more hard truths that you won't get anywhere else.